And it is time for us to start our career on the links, as we are going to be getting today started off in the first tournament, the American Express Championship. So welcome back to the channel for those of y'all returning, and welcome if you are new here to Champ & Sons. So this is the American Express, the first tournament of the season, the first of our rookie career. And we're going to jump into the final day, but just highlighting the main points coming up into this day. Really, a lot of it did spawn off from the second round. Had a lot of really good shots going into it. Our short game was really ticking. It was in full swing at that point, to use a golf analogy for it. But we obviously, you run into some difficulties every now and then. But coming into this tournament, we had some of the best rounds I think we've ever played. And really on the green, there were some missed opportunities, let's be honest. So our final score definitely could have been better. Doesn't always turn out that way, but it really could have been. So even with that, we are still in a solid position here coming into this final day. And you'll see right now we are in a tie for third, sitting at 17 under, 3 back from the lead. Soon JM is the leader. We're going to try to see what we can do to kind of catch him. 17 under after 3 days. Here we come to start this final round here on hole number 1. Now this course, it is a little windy. Fairways at times are pretty tight, but the rough isn't too bad on the outside. It looks to be pretty much more thick than what it actually plays as. So take that into for whatever you will. So it's going to get this first tee shot started on a 440-yard par 4 here. A slight dog leg to the left. The wind is going to be at our back. Now we will have the AI playing partner turned on for these tournaments. So today we are going to be playing with Cameron Champ as we blast that first one right down the middle, and really sets us up about as perfect as we can. 315 yards in total, just over 120 away from the green. So now here's Champ. He's also sitting at 17 under. He's going to step up to the tee box as well here on the first hole. Looks like he actually has a 3-wood in his hand. A little odd for selection, I would say, but he pipes it right down the middle. Didn't go nearly as far, but I guess it works better for his range. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. Normally, I like to play the closer you are, the better, but Champ seems pretty fired up by that shot. So I guess I can't really doubt him too much, can I? So he's going to line up his approach here on the first from the fairway. See, hits what looks to be a right for the middle of the green, fairly decent, as it takes a little hit off the slope, and he's going to roll that one right up to the pin. Champ gets it within 7 feet, just shy of 7 feet away. That's a hell of a shot for him. And yeah, you can see everything on that side of the green does slope towards the pin, so you got to be kind of careful with your shot. But if you put a good one on, you can get a pretty solid roll from it. So now here comes Bo to line that one up. It's looking pretty decent. He's going to need some good roll as well, and he hits that one and parks his ball pretty much right next to Champ's. It is just on the outside of 7 feet, and with going to be a good birdie opportunity, but this is a tough putt. All right, it's in about 7 feet away. The semi-steep left to right break. We're gonna have to play this one just right to be able to sink it. So we line up the putt and we swing it home, and it goes right by the edge. Ooh, it's starting to come out to be one of those kind of days, and we're only on the first hole, missing the cup by just mere inches. Champ, learning from our lesson, steps up to his. So he's going to smack that one, and it will drop in the cup. Champ gets a birdie on the opening hole, moves himself to 18 under. While we line up ourselves for about a 2-foot par putt. Shouldn't be too difficult. Should be able to give this one pretty much just a solid whacking in. And we are going to walk away from the first hole with the par. No, really no damage done. That's kind of what you want to do at that point, is avoid any additional damage, to say the least. Now let's move up to the fourth hole. This is going to be a par 380 yards. We are now at 18 under. We did get a birdie earlier on. And this is another big opportunity for us. These holes are a little bit longer. They kind of fall in our little mid-range of our irons and so forth. So we will take a 6 iron. Hit on the next to the hole, but look at that roll that thing's going to take. Good Lord. Needed that one to hold up and stop, but not a whole lot of spin on the 6 iron. And that's going to park us just over 40 feet away from the cup. Not where you want to be. Champ maintaining the 18 under after his birdie on the first hole. Steps to the tee box, 180 yards away. Puts a decent looking shot. I wonder if it's going to be able to hold up or not. Flies over the cup. I can't complain though. He stayed within our distance, so more power to him. Now here we line up this putt about 42 feet away. It's going to be downhill with a slight right to left break the closer you get to the cup. And that's going to make this thing kind of hard to judge and hard to read a little bit. You don't want to hit it so hard it rolls off the green though. You got to be careful about that. So now Bo steps up to it. Swings the putter and that ball is rolling. It's actually looking pretty damn decent and just not enough. Oh, never up, never in. And that one fell just shy. A good putt nonetheless. Don't get me wrong. Good putt, but still. You can't end up short. Now Champ with his birdie opportunity from about 29 feet. He strikes it, and he did miss, but at least he put it past the cup. Give credit where credit is due, is what I would say. And so we do get out of here with a par. Champ is going to be the first one to putt because technically we're closer than him. As he does take it, bloop, right in. So he'll take his par 18 under after 4. And here we come up. Just a little tap in for the par-rooski. A boop and a drop. And we too are at 18 under. Still in a tie for third, oddly enough. Start of the day tied for third at 17 under. We are still tied for third at 18 under. Now we're going to move it on up to the fairway of the 5th hole. Here, this was a par 5 as we come in with our second shot. Try to put a little fade to it, and we just plop it right in the rough. Not where you want to be. Not the kind of shot you normally would want to highlight, but hey, at least it'll put us up by the green for our third shot, and we have no fear of the water either. So I'll take what I can get. We try to figure out the proper shot to hit out of the rough here. Look at this thing lining up. It is going to be slightly downhill at some parts, but then it does finish up uphill around the cup. So we put a pretty decent whack to it. Needs to check up there, and it's going to roll decently past. Not the greatest of short game that we've seen. Previous days, saw from some of the highlights, our short game was actually on point, but not today, not right now. So Champ, who found the green, he is going to putt for eagle. That one is headed towards the cup, and he will drop it. Champ nails that one. That's going to be an eagle for Cameron. He's going to move himself to 20 under par for the day as we have a birdie opportunity. We are still about 13 feet, so inside the 15-foot range with a makeable putt. Just got to be careful with this read. It is a slight right to left break with a little down and uphill movement. We line that one up, send that to the cup, and we are going to drop it in. We may have been outdone, but only by 1. So we sit at 19 under now, as Cameron Champ is at 20 under for the tournament. And he is actually going to be tied for the lead with M. And we stay in third. We just cannot seem to escape third place. So we're going to move on up to the 9th hole, a par 4. The green surrounded by bunkers and the water. The one good thing is, I guess you don't have to be too afraid of hitting in the water because of all the sand traps around it. And, obviously the traps are better than water if you got to try to do something, but still. Champ going to be able to tee off first. Steps up, cranks that one. Looks to be a pretty dang decent drive, and that one's going to carry 256. And just a little bit of roll. I would have expected him to hit farther. He ends 167 yards away from the green, but dead center of the fairway. Now with a little right to left wind, Don't want to play it too far left and end up in the rough. Bo steps up. Boom. That is a pretty power drive. As he blasts that one, it's going to land right down the middle. Carries almost 270 yards and has more than enough roll. As that thing will get over the 300-yard mark. Early enough in our career, the distance at times can be hard to find if the wind is not at our back. So Champ at 21 under here on the ninth takes his second shot, his approach one. He has a pretty high one. It's going to have to check up and hold steady, and it does. He plops that one on the green to within 15 feet. So here comes our approach. Hitting into a 4-mile-an-hour wind. Looks like we have about a 9-iron in our hand. We're going to have to try to make sure to get this thing to hold up and hold steady. 143 yards away. Bo takes a cut. That's tracking pretty decent. That one's going to hit and stick. What a hell of a shot to be within 9 feet on that one. Bo, beautiful 9-iron from the fairway. So here comes Champ now. Second place at 21 under for the birdie putt. Lines it up and sends it in to the cup, and it's going to drop. All right. Champ ends the front 9 with 3 straight birdies. Goes eagle, bogey, birdie, birdie, birdie. An interesting front 9 for him, to say the least. So here we are just within the 10-foot range. Downhill putt. Almost minuscule left to right break, but there's still a little bit there. Bo steps up and sends that to the cup, and that is center right down the middle. Another birdie for us as we finish 3 under par in the front 9, shooting a 33. That's going to move us to 20 under for the tournament. We're now in 4th place. Sung J M and all that are just started to take off. They're sitting at the 24 under. Now as we get into the back 9 from the 11th tee, a par 5 here. Water on this left side, and all the part of the fairway kind of rolls that way. Going to have to definitely be careful with our second shot, kind of depending on where we want to take that thing and see if we want to go for the green or not. 618 yards. Champ will be the first one to the tee. Cameron hits a nice solid drive, and that thing is going to be skirting the left edge, but it clears the bunker, and he's got plenty of open space in front of him as his ball just continues to roll. And that's going to put him in a good spot to hit a solid second shot. As we're going to step up now for ours. Sitting in 4th place. Little left to right wind. Not too bad, but enough to cause a disruption if we're not careful. As we put a good cut on that drive, it's heading right over the bunker. We do clear it. We clear the bunker just barely. As we will roll on past Cameron, say see you later. As we stop 315 yards away from the hole on a 301-yard drive. So Cameron, for his second shot on this par 5 from the fairway, sitting at 23 under. He has just become a birdie machine. Can this hole break his streak? Let's see what he does on this second shot. He's going to hit it. Looks like it's headed down the right side. Going to have to be careful with it. But note the shape of the hole and the shape of the fairway. He bounces off the slope at the perfect angle and ends up beautifully right in front of the green. 45 yards away, a simple little pitch on and a putt in will do him. And so now we got to try to replicate that. If you can't beat them, join them, they say. And right now we sure as hell ain't beating them. Punch, knockdown. No, just got to go with the approach. Be done with it. So we're going to take the approach shot here on our second one. 315 yards away with a 3-wood in hand. Put a decent swing on it. That thing is flying smooth. That's going to land, and it will hit the slope. And we're going to park it right next to Cameron again. Why not? We seem to become buddies during this round. As we pull up right next to him. I mean, kind of look a slight disbelief on his face there. But that's going to give us 45 yards away. You're going to have to try to do something with this shot and be careful. Cannot go too far past. Bo steps up. Stick it. It will stop. Beautiful shot. 10 feet away for the birdie. Hell of a job there by Bo. Now Champ, after seeing us put on a display. He steps up and he's going to hit it. I think he's going to keep rolling. Is it going to? It doesn't even roll off. He's 10 feet 1 inch. So all I got to do is say, I think Happy Gilmore said it best. Look who's closer. So Champ for the birdie putt. Steps up and Shooter McGavin's that thing right into the damn hole. Drive for show, putt for no, they say. And that's going to be about his 5th birdie in a row at this point. He is on a roll. So we are sitting just about over 9 feet for the birdie. Opportunity, right to left break, downhill slope. Send it, and we didn't put enough. I can't believe that we... I mean, the stroke wasn't the greatest. It looks like maybe we might have pulled it just slightly, but that shouldn't have been enough to send that ball on the left edge there. So we will tap it in for a par. Missed opportunity on that one. We should be at 21 under right now. Instead, we're stuck at 20 under, and we drop back to 5th place. Now let's move ahead to the 13th hole. It's going to be a par 3, 215 yards. Water all down the left side pretty much. Got to be careful there. Bunkers don't come into play too much on this hole unless you really fly it off to the right. So it's going to be hard because of the distance for us. Cameron said distance, schmistance. I'm going to go ahead and just practically almost hit in the water to let the ball do some rolling as he rolls it onto the green. Lands it short and lets it roll. That puts him, he's a little over 30 feet away, but he's on the surface. Can't complain too much about that, right? So now we're going to step up. And, I mean, like I said, our distances are just a little wonky right now. So, trying to figure out the best club at times can become difficult with the type of shot. Looks like here we're going to try to finesse this bad boy right into this landing zone and get hopefully a decent amount of roll. With the 5-iron, hits the draw. Going to need that to work out for us just in front of the green, and the ball will roll. Let it keep going into the shade of the tree by the pin, and that's a good shot. That's going to put us 25 feet away from the hole. I get it, that's a little farther, but that is a good shot with what we had to work with. So cannot be too upset about that one. So Cameron Champ sitting at 25 under. He's going to step up for a birdie opportunity. He's swinging. You've got to be kidding me. He gets the intense heartbeat motion. That ball is tracking towards the damn... He's going to get another one, isn't he? Oh, yeah. Why not? Dead center. Cameron Champ on the run of his life. 4 under on the backside after 4 holes. 7 under on the last 7 holes. All right, he's actually 8 under on the last 9 with a eagle, bogey, birdie. And here we come up with our birdie putt, about 25, 26 feet away, right to left break, as we're going to whack that one, and we go right past the cup. Hey, at least we weren't short. I guess we did learn our lesson from before. Got that going for us. Glass half full, you know what I mean? And then we have our little tap in for Parooski from about 1 foot away. Puts that in. So Champ is 7 under on the last 7. We are 1 under on the last 7. And that's why Champ is in second place right now. But Sung J M, not wanting to be defeated that easily, is in the lead. Now we move up here to the 14th hole, a par 4, 389 yards away. The fairway's a little difficult with this one because it kind of plays with your mind just a little bit with how it's set up. You know, it wants you to feel like you can hit a draw or a fade, but you got to be careful with the bunker down the right side. There's a lot of different elements that while it's not the most difficult, it is still a hard hole. Cameron will step up first. Looks like he's got a fairway wood in his hand. Puts a decent swing on that. It is fading just a little bit. Boom, that one will hit. And is it going to stop, though? And it will. It stops right there in the middle of the fairway. Can't blame him for doing that. He did end up pretty much in perfect position. So you go, okay. Well, our turn. Wind is at our back. I think it's about time we go for it. At least that's what I'm going to say. Bo's going to step up to this one on the par 4. Boom! Got a hold of that one with a slight fade on it. Maybe he gotten too much a hold of it. Hit, and that's not going to hold up. And that rolls it into the rough. Pretty thick rough. Not where you want to be. I mean, it's not the most difficult to get out of and doesn't have the most impact on the ball, but still, you hate to be there. Cameron trying to keep his streak of birdies alive on his approach shot. He's going to go ahead and knock that thing down to about 14 feet away from the hole. I got to give the kid credit where credit is due. All right, so here comes ours from the bunker. We are sitting at about 85, 86 yards away. Wind at our back, slight slope. Put a pretty good pitch on. That's flying decent hits, and that one will stop. Beautiful shot by Bo. 5 feet, actually 4 feet pretty much, away from the pin. Perfect setup to get a birdie. Something we have been struggling to pull off. Cameron steps up for his birdie putt. Right to left break. And why not drop that one in? What the hell? 8 in a row. 5 under and 5 holes on the backside. Who cares, you say? Now for our birdie opportunity, trying to match the effort. Just about 4 feet away, downhill. Not really any break too much on this one as we just swing that one in, and that is going to put us at 21 under. A really good score for our first tournament. All right, take it into effect with the hole that we're on, or the tournament that we're in, our very first ever tournament. We're sitting at 21 under at that point. Now here comes the 17, another version of an island green. Sawgrass TPC courses tend to like this kind of version on the 17th hole. And why not? It's kind of their style. It's iconic to their courses. Cameron steps up from the tee box, and he's going to hit one flying it right towards the middle of the green. Says no point in pushing it too hard, as he just plops that one on 26 feet away from the hole for birdie opportunity. It is a makeable putt, but you just still would prefer to be a little closer, I would think. All right, so we're sitting at 173 yards. Gonna have to be careful with this one because you don't want to end up short. And I guarantee if it hits that rough segment, it's going to end up rolling into the water. All right. So we're going to take a little finesse style. No more driving it. A little finesse style off the tee box with the 7-iron. Bo puts a good swing. That's tracking beautifully. Actually lands it. Sits right past the hole. He got that one right past the cup and ends 3 feet away. A beautiful shot. That is a shot of his career. Sure, it's been 4 rounds. That's the length of his career, but still, that's the best shot of it so far. Champ for his birdie opportunity, because why not knock that one in again? He has had 7 birdies and 1 par in the last 8 holes. 10 birdies, 1 par in the last 11. Jesus. Here we come, struggling from 4 feet, about 3 feet away. Actually knocked that one in. Another birdie for us brings us to 23 under. I mean, we're playing fantastic. They're just Cameron Champ is at 29 under. I mean, what do you want me to do about that? Nothing I can do, except for try to beat it. But Jesus Christ, I got to shoot basically 7.5 or 10 of the 8 under par every round. That's pretty dang hard to do. Now coming into the 18th hole, right over water for the most part, but it's fairly easy to stay safe on it. Just don't want to pull it too much, and just got to be careful with the wind. So Champ steps up to this par 4. He's going to take a swing and blast that one. That one's going right down the damn middle. Curved it, drew it beautifully with the hole. And he's going to end up about 155 yards away. Perfect little approach shot coming. Now we have to go for it at this point. Like, I don't think we have much of a choice. Try to use the wind to our favor. Bo steps up, tries to crank a draw out there, and hits a good one. That may be drawing too much from this perspective, but nope. The eyes are deceiving. As we hit that one right down the middle, and that is a beautiful shot. And that is going to put us 120 yards away from the pin. after that one. So now Cameron comes up 29 under. He is in the lead. Hits a towering second approach shot right towards the middle of the green. Knows he doesn't need to do too much, so why would he try? Cameron Champ puts that one right on the green, and that is going to leave him with a birdie opportunity. So here we are in third place, 23 under par, trying to get this thing close so we can at least get another birdie and end on a truly solid note. On the 18th fairway, it's a nice tracking shot going towards the pin. Lands up, and it does. He pulls it up. Pulls the string on that one, and that's going to stop 5 feet away from the pin. A great birdie opportunity for us. Champ going for the 30 under par. Let's see. Steps up to the putt, whacks it. It's looking good, and he's going to hit 30 under par. You've got to be kidding me. 8 under in the last 9 holes. That is beyond ridiculous. 11 in the last 12. 11 under in the last 12 holes. That's beyond ridiculous. So here we come to birdie the 18th. Take a putt and a swing and walk out of here with positive vibes as we will birdie it, finish at 24 under in our first ever PGA tournament. We got a lot of career left ahead of us, guys. It's going to be fun to see how we do develop, so I will say that. Now, remember to hit the subscribe button if you have not hit it already. And definitely give us a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video, you enjoyed seeing where the majors are going, how the PGA Championship turned out last weekend. Excited for the U.S. Open coming up in June. Lots of different things happening with golf and on the channel as well. So hit that bell icon to be notified of all the uploads we do here at Champ & Sons. Going to be continuing our career. We'll see what tournament comes up next. Right now it's looking like the Farmers. That should be an interesting one, guys. I will see y'all in that tournament. So as always, everybody, stay safe and well. Y'all know how it goes from here, right? Later, y'all.